Good morning or good night, Gacha Kingdom. So, I was on Twitter last night, looking through Kobo art as I usually do, and then I got this tweet from Malik. One comedic aspect of Belle being the Yuri master of ZZZ, I understandably don't see explored at all, is Wise being in proximity of it. He's a smart guy. He's probably doing everything possible to avoid walking in on the diabolical things happening in Belle's room. After that, I got this quote retweet about an hour later about how Wise would be doing store taxes while Belle is getting absolutely freaky for the umpteenth time. I thought that as somebody who has explored the ideas of Wise bringing back all these big men back into his room to hang out and have a boys' night, exploring this unexplored territory of what the other proxy sibling would do when one was getting absolutely freaky that night isn't too far off from what I usually do anyways. It's just that I'm not describing the crazy positions that Belle would find herself with the girlies that she takes in that night, and vice versa with Wise. I've already done that before, so I put out a poll on the community tab seeing what you guys wanted to see, and I'm sorry, Drew, but we will have to talk about your man titties another day, because we are not talking about putting my Bellabog hard hat on for a second here. I do think that the wall in between Belle and Wise's room is thick enough that sound in between their rooms don't travel into the other proxy sibling's room. So if Belle was getting freaky that night and Wise was just trying to sleep in his room, or vice versa, they wouldn't have to worry about sound interference waking up the other proxy sibling and be like, man, shut your bitch ass up, I'm trying to sleep.
It's 4 a.m. Please keep it down.
But knowing the Zenla Zone Zero cast, both on the male side and the female side, I don't think that brick wall is going to be stopping any noise. So let's pretend that wall is as thin as a New Yorker's apartment, and you can just punch it right through it. All the noise that is going to be made that night can be heard straight through the wall. So you have to go downstairs, and as a professional upstairs neighbor, you could probably hear it, but with all the stuff happening in the store, you know, if I just turn up the TVs on the store section, and then I have Fairy stream a bunch of I don't know, Twice music videos in the other room, and then have Bangboo 8 and 18 running around, then you know, people downstairs can't hear whatever the fuck is happening upstairs. So you have to worry about that. But now that everyone's gone and the store is closed, what am I gonna do then? Let's talk about Wise's POV, because after the recent 2.3 story, I think Belle's gonna do a lot of explaining to Vivian in her room about the yidhari situation. That might take all night. Unironically, if it was that time of year, I feel like Wise would be doing taxes with Fairy. Or at least double checking Belle's numbers, seeing if you know, last time she filed taxes, we somehow owed New Eridu government 5 million dennies. So now me and Fairy have to make sure that she didn't fuck up, and double checking, triple checking, and seeing if everything's up to date. But now all the accounting's done, and maybe it's not even tax season at all, so that won't have to be done until April. I have to put eous on a charging port, I have to put Bangboo 18 on a charging port, I have to put Bangboo 8 on a charging port, and it's Wise standing in the middle of the showroom floor of Random Play, and it's just him, his intrusive thoughts, and Vivian's whimpering from the second floor. Damn, Belle's going crazy up there. At this point, then Wise goes into the HDG room, and he's going to be doing either two things. He's going to be watching some obscure movies that he's been wanting to watch all day, or rewatch movies. I feel like Wise would be that guy. He watches The Lord of the Rings for the umpteenth time, and it's not just The Lord of the Rings. No, it's the director's cut, so it's 4 hours long each. And because Belle and Vivian are going to be up there for 12 hours, well, time to watch Lord of the Rings uncut for for 12 hours straight, all 3 of them. If Wise isn't watching the same movie over and over again until he can remember lines from the movie, like me remembering SpongeBob quotes like how to blow a bubble, lift your leg up in the air behind you, spin around, stop, to double take 3 times, 1, 2, pelvic thrust, then I feel like Wise would probably be on the HDD monitor with the 50 other monitors behind it, using the other monitors behind him to stream Astra Yao's music, because if Astra Yao gets even more streams, then she could be one step away from signing away from that damn talent agency that she's under. I forgot what she's under. She can leave with Evelyn and Astra can debut indie, who knows, or maybe she's made like 100 kabillion dennies. At that point she would be like Beyonce, so she could like live out the rest of her life with like royalties based off of her music. Well, Beyonce still releases music. Rihanna, she'd probably be like Rihanna's, just do like makeup deals and just like release maybe 1 song per 5 years just for like a movie release and stuff like that. I feel like that's what Wise would do. He would be like a high-key K-pop fanboy, but like not as crazy as like K-pop fans. K-pop fans, please don't come at me. To capitalize on the 50 monitors and Fairy's usage of the PG&E bill to stream Astra Yao 50 times over, he's probably using the main monitor to look through internet Twitter beef, because him and Belle are at Wi-Fi Peninsula. I'm going to assume that they don't got the best internet out there. So he's probably like scrolling through, like seeing like the Twitter beef updates on like who's beefing with who. The reputation of Faithfin is nowadays, because obviously like Faithfin's been doing nothing but other than maybe like bumming. I can see like Twitter posts now like, Faithfin gone for real? Where are they? Oh my god. Insert whatever you put your name as, and then Zenler Zone 0, new up and coming proxy, gone after 6 months of saving the world, magically disappearing, and now a bunch of shit's happening in Wi-Fi Peninsula? Oh my god, what is happening? Wise would like be going through it on his desktop, like seeing what the crazy news is, typing with like other proxies and like seeing how their lives are going and stuff like that, until maybe like 3 a.m. where he's like hungry, so he door dashes some Krabby Patties, because that's what you do at 3 a.m. And just so happenly, when Wise gets his Krabby Patties, then like he hears Belle's door open and close, because I'm sure that door is fucking loud as fuck compared to Wise's door. And Vivian starts stepping down the stairs, and Wise is like, oh, Vivian, you know, are you okay? You doing good? And then Vivian would be like, oh yeah, I'm doing fine, and you don't have to worry about me anymore. Me and Belle, we've talked it over, and we're doing good now, so I'll leave you to be. Bye, Wise. And then she would leave, and then Wise would look down and then realize that Vivian took Wise's DoorDash of Krabby Patties, and Wise is like, no, my Krabby Patties.
The next day,
Wise probably goes up to Belle and goes, hey, I know I'm supposed to have a graveyard shift tonight, but me and Lycaon are supposed to have a strategy meeting about how he can perform better if he was shirtless all the time in the hollows. So can we trade shifts? And Belle's like, man.
Later.
It's almost midnight, and guess what? It's a full moon. Oh boy. So there's some weirdos lingering around in random play. So with the help of Fairy, I got to text Soldier 11, and Soldier 11 shows up, and Soldier 11 is like, don't worry, Flaming Phoenix down, I'm here to help. So she scares off the weirdos to charge eous, have to charge bangboo 18, have to charge bangboo 8, have to make sure Fairy's not using up way too much power because our PG&E bill is way too high. And after all that said and done, just Belle's intrusive thoughts, and oh, it's midnight, and that's that. Oh, right then and there, Soldier 11 opens the door, and Belle's like, oh, Soldier 11, oh, I'll treat you to some spicy noodles, and we can hang out for the night. How about that? And Soldier 11's like, what? But burning passion love, what about your brother upstairs? Doesn't he want some fiery spicy noodles, and Belle's like, ah, don't worry about him. He's already eaten earlier, so he's probably fine. From that point, Belle would probably just have a regular girls' night with Soldier 11, and they eat some spicy noodles, but not like super spicy like how Soldier 11 likes it. Belle's spice tolerance is probably like white girl spice. General Shop probably gives you some milk because he can tell from your space that you're fucking struggling. So he hands Belle some milk, and Belle's drinking that while Soldier 11 is wiping off the sweat off of her forehead. And then she gets a call from Trigger, and Trigger's like, hey, can you come back to Scott Outpost? The bangboos out here are picking a fight, and I need you to decipher what they're saying because Seed is currently on break, and like in the background, Seed's like passed the fuck out. And then Soldier's like, yeah, sure. So she says goodbye to you. She's like, oh, passion, burning love. I have to go back to the outpost. Okay, bye. And Belle is like, oh, now it's just me, and maybe they're done strategizing in Wise's room. And she looks up, she looks at the time, it says 12:30, and knowing that it's a full moon night, they're definitely not done strategizing. Right when Belle's thinking about what the hell she's gonna do for the next 3 hours, Anby shows up. And Anby's like, hey, Proxy, what are you doing? And Belle's like, oh, Anby, oh, I'm doing nothing. I was just eating noodles with Soldier 11, and she's gone now, so it's okay, you can stop hiding. And was like, oh good, I was on my way to get some burgers, but I saw you hanging out with her, so I decided to hide right next to this trash can. You go with Anby to, what is it, the convenience store? You go over to the hot food section with Anby, and then you look at the burger section, and once you know it, there's no burgers left. And you're like, damn, there's no more burgers. But that's okay because they got like onigiris and chicken sandwiches and stuff like that. And you look over at Anby and she's about to fucking cry. So you're like, hey, it's okay. We can go over to the burger shop down in the big plaza area. I don't know. I forgot what that area is called. But we can go there instead because that burger place isn't closed until like 3 a.m. Amy's like, are you sure? Like, oh, can you pay for me? Hit him with the pointing fingers emote. Because our budget at the Cutting Hairs is kind of tight this month. And you're like, nah, it's okay, dude. Just as long as we get to hang out with each other. And Amy's like, yippee. To hold Anby out, you get a onigiri flavored themed burger flavors. What did I say? Get on the metro line with Anby, tell Anby about how your adventures in China are going, and Amby's like, damn, that's crazy. And then Anby tells you about, you know, Nicole's antics, you know, just the usual, but nothing out of the ordinary. By the time you get to the big plaza area, it's probably like 1:30 now. So you get over to the Krusty Krab, and then you eat some burgers with Anby. Amby's crying from enjoyment because she's having actual proper burgers and not just Covini burgers made by 7-Eleven. I don't know if y'all seen some of those burgers, but man, those burgers do not look good. So after 30 minutes of eating at the Krusty Krab, Amy's like, all right, but I gotta get going because Nicole's probably really worried where the hell I am. So I gotta go, bye. And now it's just you in front of the Krusty Krab. And you're probably wondering if Wise is done strategizing yet. So you text him and you wait about 5 minutes looking at the Covini at the plaza area, you know, talking with the bangboos there. And he doesn't reply to you. So he's probably not done yet.
I think I'm gonna kill myself. I am going to kill myself.
This is when the craziest thing happens. There's a burglar man that looks like Plankton, and he just stole the secret formula from the Krusty Krab, and now he's getting chased by Shuyan and Qingyi. And Shuyan's like, hey Belle, stop that guy, he's stealing the Krusty Krab secret formula. And Belle's like, oh my god, no way. So this is when the training from Yishun pays off. And then Belle like gets ready, and the guy's running away with the secret formula. And then Belle like attempts to hit him, and then she misses because she's not that good at fighting. And then she lands on the floor. And Qingyi's like, "Oh, are you okay? You'll get up." And then Shuyan's like, "You're gonna pay for that." And the guy's like, "She didn't even fucking hit me." And then Shuyan like busts out an ult and then shoots the guy. And the Krusty Krab formula is safe, and the guy's going to jail. Shuyen runs over to Belle. It's like, oh my god, Belle, are you okay? And Belle's like, no, it's okay. I was just telling qingyi I just looked so stupid. But I'm okay, I just fell flat on my ass. Because Shuyen and qingyi just got out of the precinct and clocked out, but then that guy decided to steal the Krusty Krab secret formula. That was technically the last thing that both of them had to do that night. So, why not we do some grocery shopping at the Convini? Then Belle can tell about how she's doing all this crazy shit in China because they just got back for a little bit, but then they're gonna go back because there's some more crazy shit happening. And Shuyen and qingyi are like, whoa, that's crazy. Shuyen gets some groceries for her mom. Qingyi probably gets her monthly supply of water and tea, and she gives Belle some tea to recover from the fact that she fell flat on her ass. After all that, it's now 2:30. That was a lot that happened in that 30-minute time span. But I probably should be getting back to the metro station, because if I don't, I'm going to miss the last train, and then it's going to be really awkward because I'm going to have to text somebody like Miyabi and be like, yo, Miyabi, can you like teleport me over to 6th Street, get on the metro line? And now I'm back in 6th Street, walking down the street with teas in hand, drinking one. Oh, ew, shit is bitter, what the hell? But now my ass is not as flat. It's 3 a.m. Get to the video store, and oh, Lycaon's down here, and Lycaon's like, oh, Belle, or Master Proxy, it's good to see you. And you're like, oh, it's good to see you too, Lycaon. Did you have a good strategy meeting with Wise? And Lycaon's like, yeah, Wise has told me the percentages and the attack strengths that I can have if I win to battles without my shirt on. The downside is that I won't have as much protection as I usually do when I have my suit and tie on. Then Lycaon leaves, and then oh my god, finally I can sleep from this anime episode that happened today. Wise is not gonna believe me. Now, I know what I just described sounds like the equivalent of a food influencer being like, oh, this is what I usually eat in a day. And then they film themselves being at Gordon Ramsay's that day. I feel like Belle's nights of like a regular night when Wise is doing a quote-unquote strategy meeting with some of these boys would be like 50-50. It would be either a regular night where she would go into the HDD room and then maybe do her gacha dailies. Fairy, open up all 55 games that I need to do my dailies for, and can you do them for me? And Fairy's like, I cannot do that, because if you do that, then there's a possibility you might get banned. You're like, shit. Or, as I described, the other 50% is some crazy mumbo-jumbo anime ass shit, because Belle's life is like a protagonist.
The next day.
Belle probably wakes up and she's making the tea that qingyi recommended her to make because, again, she fell flat on her ass. So to make sure that her ass isn't flat, you gotta drink this tea. And she's like, oh, I gotta make this tea. And then all of a sudden, Lycaon shows up again. Oh, Master Proxy, how are you? And she's like, why are you here? How are you, Lycaon? And Lycaon's like, well, last night I promised Wise I would do breakfast and stuff for you two. And you're like, oh wow, how nice. Lycaon brings you like a really nice breakfast that wasn't cooked by Rena, and you're like, woo, yippee, Lycaon cooking. While you prepare all the food that Lycaon brought and the drinks, and you put on Fear and Friday in the background, Lycaon goes up to Wise's room, and he's not, you know, with you for about 15 minutes, and then he comes back down with Wise carrying him bridal style, and then Wise tells you good morning, Belle. And you're like, oh, that's why Lycaon's here.